We interrupt this program to bring you a special bulletin. Three assailant known as the Three Amigos have escaped from the Musical Institute in San Antonio, Texas. They were last seen passing Janie's record shop on Bandera, headed towards the Tejano TV studios. These men are considered to be armed and loaded on Babacoa and Marasul tequila. If you see the Three Amigos, contact Lila Lisa Promotions immediately. New episodes of the Three Amigos show streaming weekly on Tejano TV.
Cada vez que yo me encuentro solo, me pongo a pensar en ti, amor. Down in Coonville, baby, what a thrill. Mama nice, mama nice. Mama nice, mama nice. Mama nice, mama nice. Mama nice.
Tejano TV presents. It's the Three Amigos Show! Starring Big Daddy D. Burleson, the Midnight Cowboy Marcus Daniels, and the Big Kahuna Juan Mendoza. Tonight's special guest, musician Danny Farias and actress Brandy Lopez. Brought to you by Mas Chingon Radio, LilaLisaPromotions.com. Musician Danny Farias. Marasul Tequila. Taste the new face of tequila. Archie's Homestyle Burgers in Cotulla, Texas. The Tejano Conjunto Music Superstore, Janie's Record Shop, and Tejano TV. And now, let's get on with the show.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on the Three Amigos show on this Thursday evening. And I want to welcome you to a very special show. I want to thank my baby Lila Cervantes with Lila's Promotions, Archie's Homestyle Burger, and of course, Marasul Tequila, the new face of tequila. And of course, Janie's Record Shop. And of course, our other sponsor who is here with us as a guest, Mr. Danny Farias.
Hey!
I'm the guy, Juan Mendoza.
Marcus Daniels, the Midnight Mariachi.
I'm just disturbed.
All right. And we have three awesome guests with us. And of course, one is our sponsor, and he's also an award-winning artist, Mr. Danny Farias. And of course, we have two awesome actors who are going to be premiering in the brand new movie called Tamale Season. Tortilla Season. Hey, close. Tamale Season. Of course, we have Miss Brandy Lopez and, of course, special guest, Mr. Bert Lopez. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Are you guys related or what? No, their audio is out. Or just
Yes, they are. They need to log out and log back in. Log out and back in. Out and back in. You guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
log out and log back in.
And that's how it goes here on the Three Amigos show. You never know what's going to happen day to day, but it's always exciting. Yes, we have Danny Farias, Brandy Lopez, and Bert Lopez. Bert Lopez plays Hector in Tamale Season, and it's just great to have them all on air with us here tonight. And it's a Thursday night special edition of the Three Amigos show, and it will prove to be exciting.
It started out exciting.
Yeah, it always does.
Yeah, this is always the first 5 minutes of the show, and then we'll get into it. But
Well,
we're going to thank you guys so much. And the reason why we're doing it on a Thursday is because they're going to be premiering a brand new movie out pretty soon in San Antonio. Okay, can you guys hear us now?
Are we on?
yay!
Now, movie or series?
Movie.
Movie, series, novella? It's a movie. Okay.
Are they going to shake their heads at answers?
What you got
No,
going on?
what was the question?
Oh, he wanted to know, is it a movie, a series, or a telenovela?
It's a movie.
Well,
Nice.
tell us a little bit about it, please.
Good, Brandy.
Bert?
All right. Well, the movie is called Tamale Season, and it's written and directed by Isaac Rodriguez, which is an award-winning director, won awards all over the world. And he got inspired by his childhood, of course, going over to grandma's and spending time with the family making tamales. He remembers his dad always telling him that it was tamale season and they had to come to grandma's in San Antonio, so they would. And we talked about it for a year. He wrote a script. We went over it several times. He did some editing. Last year in December, it was ready. We started filming in April, and we actually knocked out this film in about 2.5 weeks.
Wow.
Nice. So let's get a little bit of history on you. How long have you been acting?
Since I was in high school, I did in my I'm from the south side of San Antonio.
Oh,
So,
West side.
Puro south side. I graduated from South San. I did
I'm from the north side.
You don't count. You don't
Yeah,
count.
everybody else.
Get him out of here.
Yeah. So I started acting in high school, and then it evolved into our church, and I entered film festivals with like Stephen Kendrick, and in Atlanta I did numerous amounts of 48-hour film festivals, then evolved into other festivals, and I think I've done a total of maybe 17 films and like 50 theater acts with different producers and directors and commercials and stuff like that. But I also act with Damien Chapa on one of his new films, and that's on Amazon. I'm the co-star of Damien Chapa, Miklo. Of course, everybody knows him as Miklo. And I'm a supporting actor in that film. And Brandy's in that film also. And Brandy was also helped a lot in producing that film. And then, but Tamale Season, of all the films I participated in, this is probably one of the most fun, even though it was 2.5 weeks and we're going hard, most fun, most meaningful film, because there's a lot of heartfelt moments, and you guys will see them, where tamales is not about the food, it's about bringing families together and creating a unity, which is a lot of Hispanos and a lot of Mexicanos, they gather at grandma's and come together with all the jokes, and the memories are built around grandma's house.
Yeah, we miss those days when grandma was cooking in the kitchen and just making
Absolutely,
homemade food
yes.
and tamales and menudo and barbacoa and everything.
I've got a question though. Out of all the people here tonight, who knows how to make tamales? Because I do.
I do. Well, no, I don't know how to make them, but I know how to help.
That's not-
I help.
I know how to eat them.
Can I answer that question?
I know how to eat them. Yes.
Oh, come
I
on,
know how to
guys.
go Rubens tamales.
Directions there, how to get there.
It was always a tradition. The day after or the Saturday after Thanksgiving, we'd all gather around the kitchen table. Somebody was out there squishing the masa. No, not it had to be fresh ground masa. You couldn't buy the preparada. No, that's cheating. You had to squeeze the masa, put in the chile,
Everything by scratch.
spread it out there. Soak the hojas for how long? Just overnight. How's that?
Overnight. Yeah, overnight.
And then fill them, steam them, eat them. Let's go. I'm ready.
I got instructions to make a few, but they came out more square than anything, so I really messed them up bad.
No, you need to have
But
the
they're
full.
still edible, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's still
Those are burritos.
No. You can't make pencil tamales. You have to make the full-bodied tamales. That's just me.
Ooh,
Nice.
like
Brandy,
that.
Brandy, welcome to the show. You're no stranger to the Tejano industry or anything whatsoever. How long have you been in the business?
Well, I started my career at the age of 5 on Spanish novelas. Went on to daytime soap on General Hospital.
General Hospital.
Since then, I've done numerous films. Also worked with Bert, like he said, with Damien Chapa, our good friend. And one of my last films that I've worked on is The Answer to My Prayer with Christopher Catan from Night at the Roxbury.
Oh, yeah.
With
Nice.
Luis Fonsi, Despacito. I played the role of his assistant in the movie, and that should be out next year, next fall.
Oh, nice.
Here in San Antonio, and we're gonna take it, back to Hollywood, LA, and just everywhere. And of course, tamale season. I am royalty here in San Antonio as the Royal Ambassador of the San Antonio Riverwalk. Just do everything that I do in my career. It's not really about me and my career. It's about giving back to the community and being a mentor and a role model for our future leaders. So that's
Thank
my
you for
passion
that.
right there.
Thank you for that.
I also saw you in Daniel Lopez's music video. Daniel
Yes,
Lopez,
I was. Yes, I just did the music video with Daniel Lopez. What a nice guy. I played the wife who's having cheating on her husband, the pool guy.
and he
And
threw all that
That's
stuff at
3
the
husbands.
Then I played Bert's husband. Now I'm gonna,
Bert's wife.
Bert's wife. I'm
Yeah.
Bert's wife.
Tell them what you're doing.
Yeah.
Tell them what
He's
you're
been
doing.
back.
What?
You were his
I was
wife,
his wife.
and now you're going to be the first lady.
Now I'm gonna be the first lady for
You're
the
gonna be my
president.
She's playing everybody's
we have
wife.
several.
Playing everybody's wife, huh?
Everybody's wife, I know, and then I'm single, no boyfriend. What's up with that? In real
Yeah,
life.
but we all know the true story is every woman is the boss, the boss that runs the whole show.
Absolutely.
So,
You got that right. Yeah. No, but we're getting ready to work on other films, other film projects. So I'm really excited, and
Right.
very excited that we're doing it here in our hometown, San Antonio.
Nice.
Danny, is this
Gotta
going to
get
be
you guys to come out.
Danny? Is this going to be your first acting job?
No, actually, I was in The Gambler 5 with Kenny Rogers back in the day when they filmed it in San Antonio.
Wow.
And I did, when La Bamba came to San Antonio, the casting agents they were for Zoot Suit. They had the auditions over at Lardy Auditorium. And so we went out there, and there was a line of super good looking dudes, man, with something with, I'm in the back, and I walk in, and everybody's just in and out, in and out. I spent about 3 hours with the producers from the show. They got me on the stage. I sang some Alabama, and then the executive producer came in, this beautiful blonde, came in, and she goes, "Look, we have a guy. We don't know," because I was trying out for Richie Valens.
Oh, okay.
And she goes, "But you know what? Maybe we can. How about his brother?" And I said, "Well, the only problem is I don't have the script." She goes, "Here, you got 10 minutes." So I got the script, and I cussed her out in 2 seconds because she was Rosie. She gives me that script, and well, I'm pregnant, and then I start cussing at her, and I'm getting into the character, and then I'm like, "What in the hell are you doing?" And I was like, it was crazy. So I didn't get the part, but I did get a tour for a year to travel in California for theater with the group. But as soon as I was getting ready to leave, I heard, "Well, if you go, I'm not going to be here when you get back." So that took care of my acting career then.
Well, you've got the rugged
That
good
was
look. It's that smile, though. It's when you smile, you got that you light up the room kind of thing. So yeah, I can see it.
And we also want to thank Danny. Thank you so much for being a sponsor of ours here at the Tejano TV, and it's a real pleasure and an honor to have you a part of the group and part of the team and everything that you've been doing. You've been with your new EP that you released this year, honoring Uvalde, honoring San Antonio, the Tejano industry, the country music industry, just pretty much everybody honoring in that way with the music and stuff, man. We really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you. Can you guys hear me okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no. So we just, I've never sang before. I've only been singing for maybe about 8 months, 9 months. I've never written any music. I've been doing that for about a year. And we got all these songs that came out. And the only reason any of that went anywhere is because, I'm surrounded by nothing but great talent at the studio. They I come in, I write the story about the song, and then Luis Ortiz and the other guys in there, they get together, they compose the song, they bring in award-winning musicians, they put it together. Then I get in the studio and we start the the music, and I start singing, and it's just something that I'm having a lot of fun with. But the acting has always been something that I've always loved, and singing is just way different in San Antonio than what it used to be. But the first album, anything, I just want to thank first off my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He's the one in control. I'm just going through, the doors are open, and I ain't scared. So we're just doing it. I've sang so many places, so many times. Just it's a wide open door. And so the album got nominated for 15 awards. We won 7. We won the highest one from the state of Texas. I had no idea that there was even such thing. So it's an honor for me to do anything to honor Texas. And it started with Uvalde, but it's just been a ride, and I'm just having fun doing the best I can to represent. And now the film that we're working on, that we created, is called El Presidente, and it's the first American born of Hispanic Latin descent that is elected in the White House, and we're going to it. And I'm very well versed in politics. And this thing is, I'm not a Republican, because I am, but in this thing I'm not. And hey, listen. And I was.
How do you act not like a Republican? Wait a minute.
Hold on. So I'm not a Democrat or Republican. So we got elected. What we wrote in is the New American Party platform. Okay. So that's for all sides, Republicans, Democrats, liberals. So that's the type of president that we are. And Brandy's the first lady, so talk about it, Brandy.
Well, the only thing that I'm ever going to ask the president is to remind him if he took out the trash.
I'm still hung up on 8 months singing. Who's your publicist? Because, I've been 30 years in the business, and wow, you're just exploding on the scene. You're riding that roller coaster ride, and enjoy it. Enjoy it while it lasts. Do all the things that you want to do. Oh my gosh! Congratulations, Danny. I'm serious. Congratulations.
Well, I don't know if you've heard too much of the songs that I've done.
I have,
but I'm like, David Escalante Studios, man.
Yeah,
that guy is phenomenal. And like I said, all the musicians come in. Roger Cabello on the drums. You got Robert Salinas on the keyboards. You got Luis Ortiz on the guitar, and then you got David on the bass. Go ahead.
Say hello to Luis Ortiz, because he and I have the same birthday. He was a guitarist in Culturas.
So. I understand that, and also he was the writer for Bésame, right?
Yes, sir.
Matt, that was a big hit, huh?
Yeah, you've got some great people behind you. Now I can see how it's happening.
Well, so like I said, people are coming at me going, they get upset because I got a stick. I got the band, but I got a stick. And if you want us to play, we need $1,800 to $2,700, period. The band has to get paid. That's the way it is. If I go, all the guys get paid. I'm the top paying guy in San Antonio with the guys. When we go on the road, these guys get top pay. Nobody gets any better pay than that. And so they get the best in pay, and it's rightfully so, right? So at any rate, we go, and I'll use the stick, and they're like, are you going to sing on your stick or with the band? I'm like, we can bring the band if you want to pay the price. If not, well, I'll sing on the stick. I'm just having fun.
Hey, Marcus, you want to do background vocals with Danny?
I know, get some paper, man.
I know.
Danny, Danny, I heard you were a heroic hero at the All-Star Awards. They rained out, and
he saved the day.
Now, look, man, all that's overblown, man. It was just, what are you going to, look, I'm going to tell you something. The worst kind of person there is someone that has the ability to help others and refuses
and won't
to
do
do
it.
so.
And won't do it.
That is the bottom line. I'm not going to take it with me when I die, right? People were hurting. It was something that needed to be done, and I was just in the right place at the right time. And the All-Star Music Awards belong to Jesse Torres. I have nothing to do with that, And so we just went in, and we swam the river. That's for sure, man. It was pouring down rain, dude. It was incredible. So it went from a disaster to triumph. But all the artists that were there, all the families, in all fairness, everyone was there. Brandy, I mean, we were moving, dude. We were dressed up in black ties and tuxedos. We're moving tables and chairs, dude. We got water coming out of our boots. Socks are wet. I mean, it was just soaking wet. But it went down, and it was one for the history books. It was standing room only.
Yeah.
Nice. We have a comment here for Brandy. Whatever happened with Latin Fusion TV?
Oh, Latin Fusion TV. Well, I after going all over the place with it, and of course Latin Fusion TV aired on Telemundo in the East Coast, the West Coast, in Lubbock, Dallas, and it was the only show that was 98% English, and they loved it. But I really needed to go on other things, especially with my career as an actress. So I needed a break from that. But yes, I've been asked if I'm going to bring it back. I'm thinking about it. And it would be great if I could interview Dee and Delia Culturas. Those were two. That was one of my favorite groups, today. And I still love them. So, but yeah, I mean, it's still there. So I don't know. I'll see, because I've got several other projects that I'm working on. So, but we'll see what happens.
Well, things change, and you get busier and busier. The more you do, the more opportunities are open to you. So that's understandable.
Yeah. And one of the things that I really enjoyed about Latin Fusion TV, of course, I started off with Tejano Classic TV with Bobby Lopez, may he rest in peace. And then I changed it because it wasn't just me interviewing the Tejano artists. I was taking it further, like with country music, George Strait, Lone Star, Brooks and Dunn, Kix Brooks, who's a good friend, and a lot of rock music, oldie, the era, what is it, Airbnb. So I was going everywhere with this, and it was fun. So thank you, whoever was asking, and thank you for watching.
Yeah, that was Bobby Castaneda from California. Actually, he asked that question. We have
I heard Ricardo. I had a whole bunch of fans. I did have a lot of fans in California.
You have a lot of fans in Texas too.
Mm-hmm. Ricardo Calderon said, "What's up, brothers? Buddy from the DFW. It's Tejano time. So shout out from the DFW. What's up, Ricky, Mickey?
That was from me to Ricky." Ricky Calderon. He's the guitarist for He was guitarist for Culturas as well.
Oh, okay, nice. Rick Valderrama says saludos. Rick Valderrama from San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, Rick, I love Rick. Rick was on my show, and he did my La Familia Christmas special at my house. Yep.
Awesome. Bert, are you going to take part in the new movie that Danny and Brandy are making?
I don't know. They just told me about it right now. I'm always working on projects. I have like 4 or 5 right now, and I talk to directors and producers just about every day. They all know me. I know them, and I collaborate with their script writing and so forth. But films for sure, about 3 that I have to do, and working on many more. God willing. He keeps giving me the energy and the talent and gives me the words to speak. I will continue using the talents to when I go before him. I'll tell him I left everything down there. I left everything on the table. I used all my talents up to touch as many hearts as possible.
Nice. I have a question for Bert. Bert, in the trailer, besides the tamales, my favorite part I think my favorite part is going to be how did you pronounce it? Gentrification. How did you pronounce it? Gentrification.
Gentle. Yeah.
I mean, because I'm in Waco, Texas.
I even said genitals in one of them.
I'm looking forward to that. I hope it focuses on that a lot, because here, small town Waco, I call it small town, but we have Chip and Joanne. They've moved in here, and we always had Baylor University, which those two, it's like half the population. People are coming for those 2 reasons. You have certain neighborhoods like the south side of Waco has changed so much.
and there's so good things about it, and there's just bad things about it. So with Tamale Caesars, I'm really looking forward to seeing that part of the show.
Yeah, no, I'm so serious. We just saw it today for the first time in its entirety because they just finished the DCP. It took like 7 or 8 days. It's on Dolby on the new 701. So it's going to be awesome.
It's ready for the big screen.
It looks great. It sounds great. We started with 1 theater, 2 theaters. We're going to be probably up to 4. They're selling out. Once again, Brad Smith has been so inviting, so nice to us. And shout out to Brad Smith and City Based Cinemas. He's doing a whole lot for us. And he said, if you sell one, I'll open up another one. If you sell another one, I'll open up another one. If I have to, I'll run it all week or 2 weeks.
Did I read?
I'm going to keep opening it up.
Nice. Did I read correctly that another state actually picked up the movie? That there was another state that actually picked up the movie?
Brother?
I said, did I read correctly that there was another state that actually picked up the movie?
No, that's the film festival. It was already picked up for a film festival in Missouri.
Yes.
Oh, Missouri. Okay.
And we are entering. Yeah, we're entering other film festivals. Cynthia Bergman is in charge of that. She's a great producer, has been producing for many years. And she's going to enter the film in various film festivals for us. And once again, she's one of our executive producers. And we're going to see how it does in California and just about everywhere.
It has to get to California.
It'll
That's
bring
a
laughter.
must.
Definitely.
Now the world premiere.
Bert brings a lot of laughter.
The world premiere is on September 23rd. And where's the location for our viewing audience so people can show up? If they don't know, they won't show. So we need to let people know when's it going to be, what time, where at.
All right, September 23rd at 7:30. Showing is at 7:30, so you want to get there early. Brandy and I are going to be taking selfies. We already promised a lot of people. So radio stations out there doing live remotes. And a lot of news coverage and a lot of media will be out there. So we're looking forward to a big turnout. Want to make this a memorable night. And also there'll be an after party where folks can also gather with us. Brandy has been working on that and has come together with a venue, and she always does a great job of this. But that way the folks will meet us at the red carpet, but also in the after party in case they don't get an opportunity to take that picture with us. And once again, the film Touching Hearts is my main focus, and it will. After seeing it tonight, it'll do something to you guys, and it'll take you back, maybe reminiscent, maybe transport you back to that on the west side for D and the south side for me. When we used to gather, man.
And Danny will stay on the north side.
I ain't allowed to go to the south side.
Yeah, we
just want to invite everyone to come out that night. Come and walk the red carpet with us. 7 p.m. City Based Cinema out in the south side. And after the movie, we all go out to Blue House on San Pedro near San Antonio College for the after party.
So you guys are gonna take out that uppity country boy, right? You're gonna take him out.
Oh yeah. It's going to be great. We have a lot of people coming in. We have other actors from like Young and the Restless, a good friend of mine coming in from LA. We have other writers and directors coming in from Houston, Dallas, just all over. So it's going to be great.
We got some other actors, the Old and the Restless.
Well, it's great that you're getting support, that other actors and other people in the industry are supporting this film. They're supporting you and helping lift it up. So that's a great thing to have.
Nice.
Danny,
Brandy, and Candy, who is behind the scenes right there, are going to be starting a, I guess, what would you call it? Like a variety hour show, I guess. It's going to be a stage production, which is, I guess you guys call it Híjole.
Yeah. Yes, we are.
That's another one.
You guys remember the old, back in the day, the old hee-haw, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so you're going to have nothing but Mexicanos, man. And I'm going to put the, you know how our culture is? Nombre, I don't like that guy. Hey, I don't like that girl. I'm going to put those together behind that bag of hay. I'm going to be the sheriff. I'm going to be the preacher drinking whiskey and smoking a cigar, walking around. And I'll be like, what's going on back here?
Sounds like Boss Hog to
Who
me.
is that?
Boss Hog.
We're going to have some fun, man.
You gotta have the three amigos take part in that.
He comes
Though.
up with some great ideas.
Huh?
You gotta have the three amigos on the show every now and then.
Y'all
Absolutely.
welcome to come.
No, you don't want that. Trust me. Oh no.
Oh, yes, we do. And Dee, you have to do your dance move.
Oh,
I know you-
yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
Yes.
Put him on the spot. Oh man.
Yeah.
But you know what? We do have the trailer here for if anybody has not seen the trailer for Tamale season, we do have it here. So let's go ahead and play it for everybody and give a little preview of what's to come on September 23rd in San Antonio.
Awesome.
All right, people, listen up. Today is the most important time of the year for us. It's tamale season. This is where we make over 70% of our yearly revenue. This is how we live. This is how we feed our families. Bring it in. This will be the Martinez family biggest tamale season ever.
There's a tooth in my tamal.
A tooth? Are you sure it's not yours?
We had to buy cheaper meat, remember?
I don't think we're doing anything wrong, but I don't think we're doing anything too right either.
And what is this?
It's the best tamales in town.
Dad, come look, hurry.
Farm to tamales? What does that even mean?
My name is Roberto, owner and CEO of Farm to Tamale. Real tamales with real ingredients.
Gentrification.
Gentrification. They're trying to get the old folks out so that they can get new, cool, hip places with money.
Nobody wants you here, okay, except you.
I feel like I let everyone down.
So long as we have each other, we'll be fine. And I know that you will come out with some crazy idea and you'll end up saving the day.
My name is Roberto.
Taylor.
Roberto.
Lila thought that was Danny playing Roberto.
Yeah,
he looked like
kind of looked like me, huh?
Yeah, he was a Republican, I bet.
Dude, like, is that Danny? I was like, really? Let me rewatch this again. I was like, no, that's not him.
Well, in all honesty, they had asked me to go. I don't know what happened. I don't know why I didn't go, but I should have.
I like the beginning part when he's like, all right, everybody listen up, and there's only two people in front of him.
Yeah.
Exactly. That was like my favorite. That's my favorite scene right there.
I'm
It's
like,
tamale
hey, man, is
time.
that your tooth?
You sure that's not yours?
I've had some ground meat like that before. We're like, why is there a bone in this ground meat?
It was someone's tooth.
Because you're missing your molar.
What was funny was that there was a tooth in his tamal, but it was a bean tamal.
Oh man, that's not right. Yeah, sometimes they chip the bone off the cow a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, no, that's not right.
No, that's all right. But it's a good trailer, and I 99% sure we got the okay later on in time once it passes through the theater, once it passes through the other streaming platforms and channels, that we did get the okay to actually have the movie here on Tejano TV.
Yeah,
Oh, that would be great.
Good
So,
job.
Well, we hope
thank
to
you
see
guys.
We hope you can come down to
Make
San
the
Antonio.
trip.
Yeah,
Make the
we're
trip.
gonna make plans to go out there with you guys, and hopefully
I'll provide some tamales.
Oh,
Brandy's gonna make some tamales.
Bone in 'em.
yeah, Brandy's making tamales. All right.
Ah, yeah, right. That place where we use the place that we use, Mr. Ramirez's Molino Martinez's. We'll just call him and have him bring us some tamales.
So that's an actual tamale location.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like minutes from my house, and one of the scenes where was my house. We used my house as well.
Yeah,
so-
no, Mr. Ramirez was like, Man, the blessing was so huge that you can't even believe it. He's like, you could use my place to make the movie, and it was like anything you wanted to use, the kitchen, the back rooms, the front. Wow. He fed us every day while we were filming there.
Yes.
And when I'm not exaggerating, when I say a lot of food, it was like, man, we didn't know how to tell him stop. Stop already.
Yeah.
You gained about a good 20 pounds during filming?
Yeah, well, it's bad enough that the cameras make you look bigger.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, oh.
Nice.
But it was fun.
But yeah, we can't wait for the grand opening, of course. And like I said, later on in time, we get the okay. We're gonna have it here on Tejano TV, which is a big thing for us.
Great.
A big thing for us to actually have a movie streaming. You know, of course, with the culture and everything, Latinos, San Antonio, tamales, of course, and it's just gonna be amazing to have it here on the channel.
Thank you. Yeah, it'd be an honor. And then once we get started with Bert's other movie, The Rocking Chair, that's another one.
Oh, nice. Nice,
Yes.
and of course, El Presidente later
El
on. in time.
Presidente,
Once it
that's
gets
going to be
done.
a great series. Yeah.
Danny said we get to play controversial interviewers. Like we get to go up there and ask the tough questions.
Oh no.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. No. Hey, real stuff. You ask the questions, and we'll answer you now. Go ahead. But hey,
I got my earpiece.
The answer.
I want to be Secret Service. Can I be Secret Service? I got my earpiece.
No.
Oh yeah, you look like a Secret Service.
You can be secret.
Ball head and
service.
everything.
You just got to be here when we're doing it.
On my shades.
So is this what it's like all the time? You guys are so busy on so many different projects, and you know, producing, acting, service to the community. When do you have time for yourselves?
Hardly
Never.
ever. Hardly
I think
ever.
last night I went to sleep at midnight. I woke up at 3:45 in the morning to go to work.
I hang out at the ranch every day.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. We love it. You know, like I'm myself, for instance, I have 6 projects for television that I'm working on. So, and I've got to be ready for one next week, and then for Danny's, and it goes on and on.
There's a big show that's going to be called What You Fixin' to Texas that I host, and I'm on the 6th episode, and it'll be streaming like nationwide. But it's a big show, but it's some of the producers from Univision.
Oh, okay.
I film tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
Okay, then I've got a question for would-be actors out there, because that's a lot of projects, and that means memorizing a lot of different scripts. What's your process? I mean, because I've been in plays before, and it's tough. I mean, it's repetition, but understanding the story, I guess, or, I mean, what's your process on memorizing scripts and memorizing lines for camera?
I mean, I have a process. Brandy, you want to share yours?
Yeah, well, mine is I'll spend a lot of time by myself, you know, and as I learn the character, or if I'm doing some of it is going to be like a TV show, a travel, you know, and I really can't talk much about it, but that's going to come very easy, because when you have this gift inside you, you know, that you've been blessed with, it comes out very natural. You know, you just have to discipline yourself, and you have to really, I stay away a lot from the public, so that way I can focus on what I'm doing, you know, but I love coming out and just, you know, talking to everyone. And sometimes I'll look at the person and I look at their character, how they are. So I'll try to kind of feed myself with that and kind of take a little bit of who they are and use it in some of the lines that I'm doing.
And another thing that I want to interject, and this is for all maybe there's some young folks out there watching and say, I want to be in the acting world. And this I've learned from many veteran actors is that it's different when you think you're an actor and you look in front of the mirror, but it's a whole different thing when you're in front of the person you have to do a scene with. So chemistry is key. I've heard from actors, they spent a month with their acting partners, not acting, just hanging out, so they can create the chemistry and the confidence, and you create your own cues. Now, when it comes to memorizing lines, I memorize scene per scene, because I've done big films where I have a lot of dialogue. So if I know I'm going to film 5 scenes in a week, I just memorize those 5 scenes. I ain't going to memorize the other 20. And then next week, I'll memorize the next 5 scenes. I'll forget the first 5 scenes, because if you try to memorize a movie, it's almost impossible, just in all honesty.
Yeah.
but I will memorize 3 to 4 scenes. And but the chemistry is vital. Me and Brandy actually spend a lot of time together, and it showed in this film. I mean, we're everywhere. You look on Facebook, every other day we're somewhere, and we're promoting right now Tamale season. But even before that, after Damien's film, we spent a lot of time together, and before that, so the chemistry has to be there with your acting partner, and that's one thing that Isaac told me was the chemistry that he found between me and Brandy, between me and Jimmy Robles, was because Pastor Jimmy Robles is in it. If you all know him, he plays my brother. But the chemistry between two people and the memorizing of lines, don't overdo it. Also, for the young folks that are out there, if you have a character to play, do some research. I was invited to play a homeless guy for a Stephen Baldwin film. And when I found out I was going to be homeless, I was like 230 pounds. I mean, I told the producer, I'll be the fattest homeless guy it's ever been. I mean, I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but you have to fit a character, and you have to be honest to yourself. And then the director has to be honest with the actor too, and say, you know what, you don't fit the character, but you can fit this character, so you don't break his heart. Fit him somewhere. Fit him somewhere where he will be adequate for the role. I can play a tough dad because I fit the role. I'm in my 50s. I can play a principal. I can play a high school coach. But don't get me to play someone that does stunts because I'm not Tom Cruise. I might be, you know, I'm going to need help getting up if somebody wants me to fall off something, a bike or anything. But always be honest with yourself and say, I love to be in a film, but I don't fit that character.
Well,
and
it's well known that actors are people watcher, people observers, and that's where you get the best characters from. So for the characters in your movie, where did you get your inspiration to be that character? Who did you see?
I just spoke to someone yesterday about that. And I used to go to a molino called El Rio Tortilla Factory. And I used to watch the owner and them, and I kind of pretended to be him. And I transported myself. So if you know acting techniques, one of them is put yourself in a role similar to what you're playing now, or find a person that did it. And once again, do your research, do some talking before you commit yourself. Brandy, do you have any?
What about any?
One of the things that I really want to share is Edward James Olmos. Okay, his son Brandon Olmos is like my brother, one of my best friends. So he always says, Brandy, Dad said, you know, that every morning or whenever, like when he was doing the Mayans, for instance, he'd go in every morning and he would say, all right, everyone, we're here, but we're not here. We're not actors. We're ourselves. So that makes a lot of sense, because when you go in there, don't go and think to yourself, I got to act. Be who you are. Then it comes out natural.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you're acting, it really doesn't, you know, come out like the way you want it to. It almost seems fake. So when you go in there and you're yourself and you bring your skill, your acting skill inside you, you know, right here in your gut, then it's gonna come out natural. So I learned that. That's one of the advices that I take from Edward James Olmos.
So Danny, who as the Latino president, who are you drawing who are you emulating, or who's that character or that person that you're drawing into yourself?
Well, the truth of the matter is that we did an exploratory committee to actually put my name into the race, the official presidential race.
Wow.
This election, but we missed it. It's $5,000. You pay the money, right? The world is upside down. Everything's chaotic. You hate me. I hate you. She hates him. Nobody can do anything. I mean, in the end, you know, we're Americans and we need to act like Americans, because, you know, what are we leaving for our children, right? What are they going to have? What world are they going to live? You know, Dee, if you passed away, God forbid that, or I passed away, you know, we gave our children as much knowledge as we could to not get hurt, to navigate in the right directions. So, you know, I'm real about talking real policies and different things. So I just said, you know what, we've had a black president, we've had white presidents. We've never had a Hispanic president, and it's time. It's coming. The numbers are through the roof, and to be honest with you, with the right type of person running for an office, they can achieve that. A friend of mine, his name is Estuardo Lemos Guerra. They live in Guatemala. They lived here in San Antonio. He called me up, and I had asked him a couple of years ago. I went to Guatemala and visited with him, and I said, you know what? The Lord's telling me, Estuardo, you're going to be the president of Guatemala one day. He called me up 2 months ago and said, Danny, I am running for the vice president of Guatemala. They garnered 39% of the vote, man. It was real. I just talked to them the other day. They didn't win it this run, but they're going to run in the next 4 years. So there's a lot of things that are going to change. And what I wanted to do was, look, I have no fantasy. We understand that I'm never going to get elected. But the point being, you've got to plant the seeds in our children so they can go, hablan español los presidentes de los Estados Unidos? What's going on here? So they can start to believe in themselves, and one day, it may come to a reality.
Danny, that's one hell of a campaign speech you just gave.
I like that.
I'm serious.
Y'all vote for Danny? Danny for president.
Well,
I think he's going to take it out on the movie. All that frustration and all that knowledge is just going to go right into that movie. He's just going to take it out.
It's going to be a genuine character.
Yeah.
Well, you asked the question, right? And so that's the answer to the question. But, for the reporters, we got some very hard, real issue questions like, immigration reform, gun control, all kinds of different topics that are real. We're not talking about being a laughingstock in this series. We're talking about being real about real life issues.
Oh my goodness! Well, you missed the deadline to actually have your name on the ballot. Were you actually scared about what kind of numbers you might draw?
Nah, look, you're not gonna. You look at if you look at the Republican Party, you look at the Democratic Party. You look at former President Trump at 59-60%. He's not even in the debate, and he's the number one contender. Yeah. Then you look at Joe Biden. He's 900 years old. I mean, what are you going to do? So when you're falling asleep and you got world leaders looking at you going, I guess he didn't see the laws we just passed. They're in. So America's hurting. Our country is hurting. We're divided like never before, and it's just incredible. You've got media that tells the truth. You got guys that don't. So it's the real deal. We're at war. Make no mistake about it. If we don't take care of our children, who's going to do it?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh! If you don't put 100% of that into your role as el presidente, I mean, think about what could happen after the movie, because that might actually be your launching point for your campaign for presidency of the United States.
Well,
oh my gosh.
Well, to be honest with you, that's the purpose.
Aha!
We do the series. We deal with real policies, real politics. And at the end of that, at the end of the next 4 years, we'll see what happens.
Wow. Let's get some shout outs here real quick. Lila says hello to everybody.
Hi.
Hi, Lila.
Hello, baby.
Lila gets that music all over the world, man.
Yes. Lila is also Danny's promoter as well. She's been sending all his music out to all the stations out there. So,
thank you.
So Lila's been doing an awesome job.
She's the hardest working woman in the state doing that. I swear, she's the hardest working person. Period.
Man, it's the craziest compliment in the world. We're looking at everybody charting on music, and I'm like, my daughter goes, Dad, I think you're at number 20. I was like, what? So I'm like, what? Dude, you got all these other guys that are running these podcasts, and they're like, how in the hell can Danny Farias be charting when he ain't got a band? And then I'm like this, because he can sing.
We have different listeners than everybody else does, so that's the difference. We have, of course, Lila's gonna be Cultura's promoter when they finish with their album, and Marcus too. So she'll be putting his music out there, all his new music that he's gonna be coming out with. He's been hitting the studio pretty hard, so Let's see. We have the Puro Pedo Talk Show. Says saludos amigos. See you on the 23rd.
Hey guys,
I love those guys.
we love those guys. They're
Can't
a
wait.
great group of guys.
Yeah.
He says El Presidente Farias.
It's starting.
Hey, look, I'm telling you guys, man. Someone, if it ain't me, we're gonna put somebody in that race out of San Antonio. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. But the series, you guys are more than welcome to come. But don't ask the question if you don't want the hard answer.
Híjole.
I just want to be one of those reporters who asks a tough question, but you just don't want to take it, and you just say, "Get him out of here," whatever.
I
want to get kicked out.
I want to be one of those guys.
I want to be like, sit down. I didn't call you.
I'm gonna be like, "Pero sabes qué, way? Why not answer the question? Get him out of here. Answer my question, way."
And then Brandy throws the chancla, right?
Yes, we are gonna have the chancla there. Yes.
It's like a boomerang. That thing hits you and comes right back to you.
Hey, I'm one of those guys that's gonna be like, stop, bring him up here to the podium, check him for a gun first, then bring him up here, and let's see what he wants to talk about. What you got, buddy? What's your problem?
Okay, I'll leave peacefully then.
Well, what questions do you guys have, man? What's bugging you guys right now?
Do you have tamales?
Do you have tamales, sir? You are the first lady.
Ask the tamale queen.
That's my other husband.
No.
Hey, that's a whole different show, bro. We ain't in that deal. That ain't happening.
We need a rated R channel for that one. Miss Elena Martinez says, "Good evening from California. Interesting forum."
California.
Danny. Miss Juanita Chapa says, "Bravo on that speech, Danny. Hello, everyone."
Yep, he's moving people already.
Yeah.
Danny,
Well, you guys are providing the platform. So, you always have that saying about life imitating art, right? Or the other way around, something like that. But yeah. So anyway, but back to the music. The music we're doing is great. D, we're going to the studio, and I'm working on a disco album. I'd love for you to come down here, man. We're gonna do Roberta Flack. We're gonna get it down, man.
Oh wow!
No, we're doing some Roberta Flack. We're doing some really beautiful music, man.
I am
Okay, wait. I'm trying to wrap my mind around it. First off,
around what?
Disco.
What
Okay. No, I'm trying to envision disco with a country twang.
Hey, let me tell you something. Just because you're spouting that kind of nonsense, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna make it a challenge, man. I'm gonna come out with a couple of songs, and I'm gonna let you hear them, say what you think about it.
Deal.
You'll like them. Yeah. They may not be as good as you, right? The Franz.
Hey, if you ask the question, I'll give you the answer, and I'll tell you the truth.
Answer the question.
LaFranz was the great group.
Dude, I saw you at a couple of shows. You tore it up, man. It was incredible.
I'm sorry, disco with a country twang. Okay.
They're gonna turn
my mind around it. That's all.
They're gonna turn Besame into a disco song.
No.
Hey,
imagine
we're not doing any of that. We're just having fun making music.
Start giving him ideas now. He's gonna start switching.
Nah, you got to sing "Strumming My Face, Killing Me Softly." Let's hear it.
No, I'm waiting for you to do it because with your accent, though, strumming my face with singing my life.
My face. What's wrong with my face? I'm singing it that way. Yeah, you're lucky we're on this YouTube. I'll be like, what the hell are you talking about, D?
Well, then let us hear you sing a little bit of it.
Well, if I had to write acoustics, I have no.
No, don't freeze on us now. No.
Oh man, did he freeze?
They froze.
Did they really freeze? Oh wow.
All three of them froze at the same time.
Okay, they're back. You guys, we lost you for a second.
Y'all didn't hear me sing?
Yeah.
Oh,
God,
Yeah, really?
that was God
That
protecting
was
you, my
good.
friend.
That was good.
that was tiny.
God looking out for you.
Hey, God knows. God knows. He knows what you're up to, D. He knows what y'all are up to, dog. It's all right. It's all good.
I just want to hear that's the way I like it with the country twist.
Look, man, with the right acoustics, we'll knock it out.
That's the way.
Look,
I like it.
with all kidding aside, that's the same jokes and the same attitude that I was up against when I told everybody I'm going to do an album. And the album that we did for the good times, the Spedame, the tribute to Emilio, Ubaldi, 21, Crayons from Heaven, Rodeo King that I wrote for George Strait. I mean, dude, the music came out very, very impressive. But that's only because of the stars that helped me do it.
Danny, who's gonna play you in your movie?
What do you mean?
There's gonna look at all
The real
the stuff you're
story
doing
of
right
Danny
now.
Farias.
The real story of Danny Farias. Who do you want to play you? You. Nobody can ask that question.
Bert's gonna play him.
I mean, don't
Yeah,
ask
Bert.
the question if you don't want the answer.
Bert, do you sing? Do you sing, Bert?
Bert? Do you sing, Bert?
I don't fit the character.
Bert's gonna do backup.
I'm honest with myself.
Bert's gonna be one of Danny's dancers.
You've never had to sing on stage,
Hey,
Dan.
I was a champion Colombiano and breakdancing kid back in the day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know about all that.
I gotta envision all this stuff now.
I can see Bert doing ad libbing. Would they allow ad libbing when you're acting? Do they allow that?
No, but what we do is voiceovers, so they've done plenty of that.
A lot of improv.
Yeah.
Improv.
Yeah.
Improv.
Okay, Bert, you started acting in high school, am I correct?
Yes.
How did your parents take that when you wanted to make that your calling? That's what you were going to do in life. How did your parents react to that?
Well, bear in mind, I come from a family of 8 kids from the south
Me
side.
too.
So ya sabes. Yeah, so
That's how they created Eight is Enough.
I used to go, and me and D, you're from my days probably, but you remember Loop 13 Drive-In on Military Drive?
No, I'm sorry. I remember the Varsity Theater on Bandera Road, but the Loop.
Oh no, we went to Loop 13, and me and my brother would reenact all the films. There's an HEB there now at the corner of Military and Zarzamora.
Zarzamora, yeah. Okay, I know the one.
Right at the corner before there was Office Depot and all that. There was no telephone, no Wi-Fi, so we'd go watch a movie and then go home and reenact it. And I would tell Mom, I want to be like them when I grow up. And she would encourage me. Of course, you're little, that hype you up. But she wasn't honest with me and told me, yeah, you don't look like Brad Pitt. I don't think you'll
Oh, you're better than Brad Pitt.
Parents will always tell you, yeah, you got this.
No trae nada, Brad Pitt.
Well, okay, same question.
But I've never been given the chance.
Same question, Brandy. How did your folks react when you said, "This is what I'm going to do. This is what I was made to do"?
They were very supportive because I think they knew me as when I was a little girl, because we would do. I always, everyone has their make believe friend, so that was me, and that's how I got discovered. And when we would be at our family gatherings, my cousins and I have a lot of cousins that are very talented that are also done acting and fashion designers and costume designers, and they worked on Broadway in New York. We used to put plays for our families. There was an old movie when we were little. It was called Bye Bye Birdie.
Yeah.
And, so we used to do that. We used to reenact that play. Yeah, and so my cousin George was Conrad, and I mean it was just so neat. And then we make up our costumes, and so they always knew. My aunt Eloise just passed away recently, but she used to call me Erica Kane. And I don't know, why did she call me Erica Kane? Well, it was Susan Lucci.
Yeah,
and
nominated.
so they knew. and they knew where I was heading and career wise as an actress.
That's the one she ended up on later on, right?
Huh?
The soap opera.
Susan
That's a
Luke
different one.
was on All
Okay.
My Children.
All My Children.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
But yeah, that's pretty much how it all. They're very supportive until today. Very supportive. It was all choked up yesterday when he saw the trailer, and he's like, "Wow, sis," you know. But they've always been very supportive with my career as an actress, everything that I do for the city, with my TV shows, you know, and it's great.
Well,
It's great.
that leads me to the question of, because you're also a fashion designer, costume designer, did that start because you were acting and then the outfit you thought, no, that's not going to work, it needs to be this, or how did that happen?
No, well, you know, sometimes we have to put our own wardrobe. You know,
Yeah.
certain things that we do get our wardrobe together. And when I was given the job, I was with it was a movie called Gino's Wife, and that was also directed and written by a good friend of mine, Aaron Lopez with Mud Productions, who actually we just left him from watching. You know, we went to go see the movie Tamale Season because he worked on it with the sound, getting it ready for theater. So in Gino's Wife, it was Pepe Serna, Jesse Borrego,
Wow,
Happy the comedian, myself, and of course other actors. And so not only was I an actor in the movie as the captain of the ATF, I was also hired to do the wardrobe and fashion design. So actually, that was like one of my first ones. So I hired my assistants to help me with all that. So it just comes natural. I love clothes. I love changing into different characters and different wardrobe and stuff. So it's not really all that hard. Plus, I do have a cousin who is really a phenomenal fashion designer that worked in New York. And he's back home in San Antonio. So you learned a lot from him. Marcus. His name is Marcus.
So did you get 2 paychecks for that?
Yes,
One
I
as an
did.
actor. Oh,
Yes, I did.
Yeah, in black and white.
businesswoman, I like her.
And even when I'm a producer and an actor, you know, so you know, it pays off. It's good.
Nice. Danny, you're fixing to release a couple songs, and one is about George Strait's. It's called, what was it called?
Kane Cooper.
Kane Cooper. Give us the story on that.
Well, you know, George Strait was he was at the Western Heritage Awards in I think California or Colorado. I'm not sure, but he was talking, and I was watching the interview, and he's talking to the Western Foundation there, and he's like, you know, when I first started in you know, Nashville, they wanted me to change my name to Kane Cooper. And so that would have been his name, Kane Cooper. And then he said, and they wanted me to get rid of my cowboy hat. So I'm watching it, and I'm like, I'm going to write the song about the greatest country western king of country music that never was. Kane Cooper. And so we wrote the song. Luis Ortiz helped me do it. You know, we just got it done. Kane Cooper. You know, Kane Cooper is the greatest. Really cool song, man. So we wrote it, and George Strait, if you're listening to it, you need to pick it up and you need to cut that song, man. It's all about you. There's only one king of country music, and that's you, man. That's how it works.
I wonder if he would have had as many hits as he did with that name.
You know, I think he would have, because the push was there.
His style and his
phenomenal.
He'd been there.
Yeah,
well, you know, D, you know what happened to him, right? He was Take it off, D.
No, you said he's the only real king of country music. I'm just gonna do this. Okay.
Well, you know, for me, George Strait, he sold out everywhere. It's the way it works. Anyway, but we wrote the music for him, and I thought it was kind of cool, and we got it done, and we recorded the music, and I don't know, did you have a chance to hear the song?
Mm-mm.
No,
Mm-mm.
I gotta send it to them that way they can hear it. We
I
actually
want to
did it.
know. I want to know what D's thinking. What are you gonna say, George Jones? Who can you say to compare to George Strait?
No. George Strait is
Johnny Cash.
George. George Strait inspired the man who is the king of country music, which is Garth Brooks, and because Garth,
Back.
he did somebody say gun reform?
Did you say Garth Brooks?
Good
Oh
Lord.
yes, oh yes, sir. He studied George Strait. He admired him. That was his
Good
inspiration
Lord.
for what he does. So, but
This is true. This is true.
so
But George came first.
true.
And
Absolutely.
George stayed longer. George ain't went nowhere. He ain't went nowhere.
Hey, and George has signed any other country artist in the world. He's just look.
No.
Hey, I like that George's band can go tour and sell out tours without George.
Mhm.
Ace and the whole band.
Ace and the whole band.
Yes.
You know they. Hey D, when he was in the Air Force, he was in Hawaii, and he went up to play in Hawaii at a country place, and he went up there to sing with them, right? And after the singing, they fired him and said, "You don't sing very good as a country western. You're not country enough."
Yeah, not country enough.
That's what they told him. So, we wrote it in there. They say he couldn't sing a lick. He sure showed them all. Came to hang them gold ones right there on his wall. Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
he got his mainstream start by accident.
Yeah.
Out there in Houston, Eddie Rabbit was supposed to be playing the rodeo and he couldn't show up, so they got George Strait at the last second, and that's where it all started for him.
Amarillo by morning.
Amarillo by morning. Oh, talk about.
All right.
Come on.
No, I love country music, man. I love all music. I'm a big music head.
Garth Brooks. Oh.
You're a fantastic artist.
It's like Garth Brooks.
Thanks for the support, Marcus.
Hey, you're a great artist, D, and a great singer, man.
I appreciate. Thank you. You know what? I wish you would just be gracious when people tell you exactly what they think of you, that of the charisma you have, the accomplishments you've made, the contributions you make back to the community. You try to explain it away. Just say thank you, Danny, because you do a lot. You do a lot, and it's heartfelt. And do not diminish the people who are thanking you. It hurts their feelings.
Oh, well, I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, man, but there's a lot of people, a lot of musicians and a lot of guys that have been trying for years and years and years to get nominated, to win an award, to get somewhere. And, to me, I'm like, man, it's such an honor for me. I mean, I came out of nowhere, man. I work at the ranch. I work at the ranch every day. Let me tell you something, guys. Petey Bada, I know you know him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So Pete comes around and goes, "Hey, man, I want to play the accordion for you." And I said, "Okay." So he comes in the studio. He plays, Espérame, recuerdo en aquellos tiempos. So we wrote the song, the tribute song to Emilio. And, man, that song, have you heard that song, D?
Yes, that I've heard, because I saw y'all did a live set somewhere that I saw the video of that, and that's great song. Great song. Say thank you.
Well, right. So what I'm referring to is that I just I'm at the ranch working all the time. I'm doing the best I can, and we're doing all we can. But anyway, that's just some of the stuff we're doing, and I think Bert's going to have to take off, and we'll continue.
I'm going to have to leave, guys. It was such a pleasure being with you guys on the air. I got to run to the other side of town and get about 3-4 hours of sleep before I have to go head to the office.
4 hours of sleep? What kind of world do you come from? I don't even get to sleep.
As your mom would say, Heriberto, siéntate.
How you look? He knows my real name.
Yeah, but you don't know mine. How? Hey, take care, Bert. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you, Bert.
you, guys.
Thank you.
Love you.
Later, Bert.
Nice.
See ya.
So how did you guys meet?
No, that was my question.
I stole it.
Yeah, you stole my question.
How did who meet?
The two of you, Brandy
you.
and Danny.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
no,
how did this
they-
collaboration start?
D. They ain't no Brandy and Danny. You just said Brandy and Danny. The way we met is, first off, she is a phenomenal artist, a phenomenal star. Everybody loves her, dude. She's a beautiful person. Everybody loves all the acting that she does. And so, how did we meet? Oh, I don't know. Go ahead. So
Smack him, just pow, smack him.
I'll start it real quick. I was the MC along with Danny Ramos, a director, another director, a friend of mine. Jesse Torres's the All-Star Music Awards.
Yeah.
And so the night before was the nominee dance.
Yeah.
And normally I won't attend, but that night, Danny, my co-host, said, Brandy, we should go for a little bit.
Danny Ramos.
Danny Ramos.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, we'll go for a little bit. And that's when we went. I think it was at Tequila's.
Yeah.
And I'd never been there. And so I show up, and then this little guy is there.
This little guy.
This guy.
This little guy.
This cowboy.
Okay. So what happened was, all I kept hearing was this Brandy Lopez. And I started thinking to my guys, I'm like, who the hell is Brandy Lopez? Brandy who? So I'm sitting at the table getting ready to go sing. And so she shows up with Candy, and they sit down. And
no, Danny, I got off the limo and you were outside. And that's when you came up and you said, Brandy Lopez, who in the heck is Brandy?
No,
Brandy this, Brandy that.
Trust me, her version is the correct one. Can't trust a guy.
okay, well,
I have a good memory.
either way,
Women do.
either way, we met at the nominee dance, and I performed that night, and this has been a lot of fun. Like I said, we're singing all over the place and just having fun and filming, and it's like in San Antonio is the new Hollywood, man. San Antonio's the new Hollywood. The music scene is wide open. The doors are wide open. There is no place I cannot go sing anywhere. I mean, it's just wide open. And I'll tell you why. It's because I say nothing bad about anyone. I ain't got nothing bad to say. And if you got something to say bad about somebody else, I'm like, let's get them on the phone. Let's get them handle business right now. We ain't doing that. I'm not that. I ain't that Mexican. I'm a real guy. Got a problem with somebody? We're going to call them.
He always tells us, be nice, be nice.
No, I get hyped up about it, man. I'm like, nah. If my name is coming out of your mouth, you better be praying for me.
So this collaboration is less than a year old, and you've got Tamale Season, El Presidente, you've got the variety show, you've got these other projects that you're all. This happened in under a year.
Yes.
Oh yeah, just like maybe 2 months.
Yep.
They're faster than one.
It's like meeting Danny. It's like having a friend for life, And he's become a very wonderful friend to myself. And then of course Candy Diaz. I mean, these two are like my brother and sister. I love them very much.
I mean, you two do understand that that's not how this works. Everything takes a long, arduous time to get things rolling, finding the right people. And here you are. You guys have 3 projects under our belt, and we've got more to come. And you're making it look that easy.
You should be talking about. You're supposed to talk about your ideas for a year.
Yeah, if you have the passion for it and you really love what you do, then it can be easy.
My new heroes.
D, I'm gonna answer a question. So God says that He will give you the desires of your hearts, right? And so for many years, and I mean, I'm gonna be 60 in November. So many years, all I've done has been, I've given more than I have, and I have more than I need. But I've given a lot my whole life. And I don't give because I want somebody to go, look at this guy. I give because somebody needs it, right? And so that's just my nature. Dude, I got family that are pissed off because I help others financially, or I get up at 3 a.m. and I help someone else out. Look, I do what I do because first off, like I said, if you have the ability to help someone and failure to do so makes you worse than anybody I know.
Preach, brother.
What are you holding back for? Huh?
Preach. I said preach, brother, because
well,
I get in trouble for it too. I have a policy where I won't say no. You ask me something, if I have the ability to do it, I will say yes, and I won't ask you for anything in return. It's simply because I have the ability. It gives me pleasure and joy to help. And you're that same way, and people don't understand that. That's what I don't get.
Well, either you're born with it or you're not. You're a talker. You're a salesman. I'm a talker. I'm a salesman. You know, but if I'm not buying what you're selling, you're not selling it very well. and so what I do is, if I get involved in something, I'm 100%. I'm not going to sit there and go, I mean, either you're all in or you're not. I mean, what's the purpose? You're wasting everybody's energy and time.
Thank you.
Time is short. Time is short. Time is short. Make the best of it.
I have learned something new about Danny Farias just from this conversation alone. I have a new respect for you. I have a greater respect for you because, I mean, you're the sponsor of the show and you got a career, yada, yada, yada. But then speaking with you personally, first off, I see the charisma. I see that presidential bearing. You feel you're patriotic to the point where you feel like you can make a contribution to help make this nation a better nation. You can be a symbol for how we need to get along better, because there's so much divisiveness nowadays. And watching you over the last hour and something, it's just been, it's a revelation. And I'm proud to know you. I wish you every success. I do.
Well, I appreciate that. But like I said, in the end, you know, what is black? What is white? What is brown? What is yellow? Look, when we cut ourselves, we all bleed the same color. That's just the way it is. And I think that it's ignorance of the true love and facts. People are so brainwashed to pit one against another. If we get invaded, which is a very, very strong possibility, by China, North Korea, I mean, these are real superpowers. You know, they have 100 million men in China. If they drop from the sky in the United States, let me tell you, you know, how am I going to fight with D if I hate black and D hates brown? D, we got to get together. I hate you, man. I mean, what are we doing? We're divisive. We're broken. This country is broken. We need to feed the children that have nothing to eat. There's American children that are starving, but we're paying the bills in different parts of the world. I mean, we really need to take a better stance on all children, black, white, brown, with autism, you know, just all the children. I mean, that's our future. What else is there? There's nothing else. If you're able to diminish what our children are going to do in the future, we've lost America forever. And that's just the way it is.
Brandy, how do you put up with that all day long?
Wow. You know,
don't ask the question.
he really makes a lot of sense. You know, after we have a conversation, when we're conversing, and then I think about it and I'm like, wow, you know, he really makes a lot of sense with a lot of what he says, because a lot of the thinking that he's voicing out, actually what he's voicing out, has always been things that I thought about, you know, and I thought, wow, here's someone that, you know, we become friends, and he is actually speaking up and speaking out.
Hey, Marcus, you ain't asking no questions. I know you're thinking.
Well, I apologize for diverting this conversation, because we're talking about Tamale Season, the movie. We're talking about El Presidente. We're talking about the variety show, and we got off on this. But I look at you and I see presidential. I see, okay, cool. This guy's he's got the goods.
Not only that, a presidential, you know, but also like a preacher background. You know, like he was a preacher in his past life or something. You know,
he can move the masses. He can move the masses.
I was a preacher for 15 years.
Don't put the tape on.
Dude, I talk too much, and I need to let you guys.
Come on.
We have David Escalante watching it, and he says, "Amen, brother."
Hey, the world is watching, man. Come on, what you got? Ask the question.
We have David Escalante watching in.
Hey, David. Number
Rudy,
one studio in the world, David Escalante Studios.
Love you, David. I hope you're working on my song.
Uh-oh. Put him to work. Rudy Gonzalez says, "Amen." Bobby Castaneda says, "Danny for governor."
For governor, yeah.
Well, you know, I'm not going to mention any names, but this just happened yesterday, and one of the things we were going to do in the series was, you know, as a federal on the federal level as a president, then you have the state level with Governor Abbott, and they're like, man, don't mention the names. I'm like, listen, as a president, the way Reagan told Gorbachev, tear down that wall. You cannot have buoys in the Rio Grande. We have a treaty with Mexico and the United States. You can't do it. You're killing innocent. This is not a Mexican problem, a Guatemalan problem. It's not a Honduran problem. The problem is a humanitarian problem, and it's not being dealt that way. So those are the series and those are the topics, and I don't mean to talk your head off, but Marcus, what you got, man?
No, that's a good, those buoys, man. That's just like, you know, prosecuting or arresting, prosecuting, and giving a death sentence. You know, people they're trying to let them get them crossed, and then we make a decision. So yeah, there are so many topics you can hit in that movie. I think you're gonna have trouble making a 2-hour movie.
Well, you know what the answer to immigration reform. I was trying to see if Dee would ask the question. Dee, ask the question. I'm gonna quit.
It's actually gonna be an episode show, right? Like you're gonna.
Yeah, it's gonna be a TV series.
TV series. How many episodes are you planning so far?
So every series is gonna have a different topic. You know, but it's also going to have, you know, it's going to be fun. It's going to be great for the family. It's going to be very educational.
PG.
You know, and PG. Yes.
I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know if you can mix politics and PG in the same sentence.
I know.
I don't know if you can do that. Unless you're MSNBC or something.
Look, I can just tell you this, Juan, that, you know, you can tread lightly but carry a big stick. It can be PG, but what you say needs to be backed up, right? Yeah. And Dee knows. Dee's a star, man. Dee went all over the place singing music all the time. We used to watch them all the time. They were hot to trot all the time, man. And I'm looking forward to your album, Mr. D. Take it off, D.
Danny, you did the the benefit for Uvalde, which was awesome. Yeah. But do you want to speak a little bit on gun reform?
Sure, I do.
This was a 1-hour show that has now gone into syndication.
If you really want to know the truth, it's the same thing as gun control. What I believe is that it's like if Dee decides to get to drive a Corvette.
How did this become about me?
Okay, if Dee decides to get in the Corvette after leaving the club, and the club owner's like, Dee, here's drink another shot. So Dee's drunk, or Danny's drunk,
driving a loaded weapon.
Gets behind the wheel, driving, and I end up killing an innocent family of 5. Is the issue the vehicle, or is the issue the guy decided to get drunk? So the problem is, it's not the gun that's the issue. It's the mental health of the individual. When someone decides to pick up a weapon of any kind and wants to kill anyone for any reason whatsoever, innocence, well, it's not the gun's fault. It's the person behind the gun. Mental illness correlates with gun control. And to ask about gun reform, I mean, I believe that everyone has the right to carry a weapon to protect themselves at all costs, all the time. Your family, your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, your land, your property, right? All those things. But I also believe that there needs to be mental health checks. You know, for example, I don't know if you guys carry guns or not, if you have a license, whatever. But if you do, right? And I've been carrying a gun with a license for many years. But sometimes I'll get sick and they'll be like, they'll prescribe narcotics, medicine that's strong. So narcotic medicine and a license with a gun don't mix. So my point being is, if you're prescribed narcotics that are very, very strong, then the doctors, they need to be talking, saying, hey, he needs to not have his gun license while he's under this medication. Because there's a lot of different issues going out there, but that's a little bit of the answer.
Okay.
Nice.
It's not the gun's fault.
Brandy, you've done soap operas, you've done movies, music videos, talk shows. What haven't you done yet? What area?
What's next?
What would you like to do? Horror movies, stand-up comedy.
You know, I thought about it. You know, because I did mention it to Isaac, who, the creator, the director of Tamale Season, because actually this was his first comedy. His comedic movie. Every other movie he's done is horror, you know, horror movie. And so I said, you know what, I think maybe I'd like to try a horror movie at some point or another. There was one that I was in with Malcolm McDowell with Lou Diamond Phillip. It was called Sanitarium, and that was filmed here. And I was a reporter in that one. So that was kind of scary, especially when we were filming at the state hospital. You know,
the one on Mesa?
Yes.
Ooh, that is.
We were on location at different places, and we did that a few years back. And it was a trilogy of 3 stories of 3 mental ill patients, Lou Diamond Phillip being one of them. Yeah, and it was real good. I mean, I really enjoyed it. You know,
did he have a gun
with Robert Englund, who plays Freddy Krueger? Robert Englund. So I think that's been about the scariest film that I've done.
I don't know. This interview's pretty scary. This interview's getting pretty scary.
I know. I was like,
It's all good.
You have a talent agent, or are you do all the researching on your own?
Just ask her for the number, man. You're just
no.
I have a manager, a publicist, David Reyes, and then Candy Diaz is my assistant, so she keeps me in check from double booking myself with a lot of things.
Did you say hi, Candy?
And as far as an agent, I've had an agent many years ago, but I pretty much do a lot of freelance. You know, but now I think as busy as I am, I think I may be going with an agent, but I'm not sure yet. My manager doesn't think I need to, but we'll see.
Marcus wants a part in your next movie.
Sure. What about the Screen Actors Guild, the strike? Is it over yet?
No.
There's
SAG.
no line.
Yeah, SAG.
Yeah. There was actually people losing their homes, I guess, on account of that. You know, they're not working. They've lost their insurance because they haven't been working.
Right.
Yeah. It's been pretty hard, especially, you know, like a lot of the ones up in LA. The writer from The Answer to My Prayer, Nancy De Los Santos, is amazing, and we're very thankful to her that she brought that movie and filmed it here in San Antonio. That they chose San Antonio. I know that her and Edward James Olmos, a whole lot of them were out there, you know, with picketing with the strike. So there was one day I was at home and I received a call came in and it said SAG from Los Angeles. And I said, oh my God, why are they calling me? You know, but yeah, I mean, you know, all we can do is just take it one day at a time and not give up and don't stop what we're doing.
So,
you know?
Since you've done movies and everything else, does that put a halt on any royalties that you get?
It can, yes, you know, it can, and depending on where you're at, you know, we're here in Texas, So it's different here in Texas, right?
It's the right to work.
Yeah, so we have the right to work here.
Since you guys are independent, you guys don't really that thing really
So
doesn't
right
pertain
now,
to you too much.
We're okay. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's pretty sad. It really is.
Yeah, people think about the actors making all these millions and millions of dollars, but what 95% of the actors are not making that money, and they need health care and they need everything else to survive. And
Absolutely,
it's top
yes.
heavy, like every other industry in the
Yeah.
United States is so top heavy that those one percenters,
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the bandito.
Move over.
I think,
How did we lose control of the show?
This is Candy. This is Candy Diaz. Candy
I think-
she's been in the industry for 35 years as a casting director. She was also started off as an actress, and now she just kind of produces a lot, and she keeps us in check.
Nice. How can you get the Three Amigos their own movie?
Oh Lord.
That's a question for Candy. Wow, first question. Go right ahead.
Going right at it. Let's go.
Let's have your audition.
We have the audition.
You gotta get the guy to write it.
Tell her we don't need to audition. One of the things that I do not like, I've never liked auditioning, and it's been a blessing that I've never really had to audition.
And I'm unbelievably shy, so I can't do it. So.
Whatever.
You never look shy when you're up on stage.
Well, that's a person. You know what a persona is
I
like.
know.
You carry that with you, and you turn it on like a light switch.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't leave the house. So.
Yeah.
The
you're
industry
right
here in
about
Texas, how is San Antonio comparing to the industry, the market, small movie market, theaters, actors, and compared to Houston, Dallas,
Well, LA.
Austin. Well, no, and just Texas. I'm wondering about Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How does it compare? I mean, we've got some talented people here in San Antonio, and a lot of them work in San Antonio. A lot of them go to Austin and Houston, and that's the beauty that being Texas, you can travel, and if you've got a strong agent or a manager that is working behind you, you're gonna get roles.
See, you said the key words there. They have to be strong agent, a strong manager. What was it about Brandy that you said, I can do things for you? Or Brandy, what was it about Candy that you said, I think I need you in my life to help manage and organize and help boost my career? Which way was it?
Well, it was, actually
The answer to my prayer.
The Answer to My Prayer, the movie. That's when we connected. And I realized that I am one of the nicest persons, and I never say no to nothing. If somebody will call me and ask me to go, because I'm a keynote speaker as well, and I've traveled to different military bases as a keynote speaker. I was commissioned to Yellow Rose of Texas some years back when Governor Rick Perry was the governor, and so it's what I love to do. But when Candy, and I reconnected, because I met her years ago through my agent that I had back years ago. And seeing her now, she is like, Brandy, let me be the bad person. Let me be the ugly person.
That's necessary.
Everybody always, they love Brandy, but they also love if Brandy does things for free.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind, once in a while, but I have a home too, and I have put food on the table. I have bills to pay, and so that's when Candy comes in. And my manager, my publicist, he called earlier just to check on me, and he'll ask me when we met on Sunday for a meeting, and he says, "Are you doing anything for free?" And he said, "No, she's not."
I have experience there too, because the manager for Culturas was my ex-wife Pilar, and she said people are always going to come to you and ask for personal favors. She says, "Nope, they come through me, and let me be the bad guy. Let me be the one that says nope, they can't be done. It's not on the schedule." So I understand that completely, and it is necessary.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to, give of your time, because I do that, but it just can't happen all the time. Especially when you know that they can pay you, that they have the funds, and so that's when I bring them in and they take care of it.
Now, one thing I keep trying to, for people that want to become singers or want to get into this business where you become a celebrity, that they have to realize there's the good side of it, but there's the other side where people, they see you as the character, they see you as the star, and they go, I bought all your, I watch your movies, I've bought your clothing line, and they feel like they own a piece of you. And people will want to sit down with you at your dinner when you're out with family. They want to interrupt and they want to take up that piece of your time, and that's just part of the trade-off. You're a celebrity and you've got to go out in public, and you have to be appreciative of the people that made you. So
Yeah.
how do you handle things like that, or how does that make you feel?
Well, how does it make you feel?
Oh, and it happens all, a lot.
A lot.
A lot, yeah. Even when when I'm done speaking or at an engagement and I really have to leave, Candy will have to.
And that's when I come in and say, I'm sorry, but she's got another date.
Yeah. Me personally, I love talking
backstage.
to people because I really appreciate that their support and what they, them supporting and enjoying what we're giving them. But yeah, there's times when you just want to go home and rest and stuff. So
Okay, so now let's get personal. So what was the craziest situation you've ever had that some not they were annoying, that they just wanted that spend that time with you and you could only give so much, or embarrassing, death defying?
Stalker stories.
stalker?
Oh wow, you got a stalker?
Yeah, no. On a serious note, I've had a couple of stalkers, and it's pretty scary. Pretty scary because I've always lived out in Spring Branch, 281 North here in San Antonio, near Canyon Lake.
Yeah, I've got some friends that live up there. The Perez family that lived in Spring Branch for ages. Yeah, go on. I know what you're talking.
Yeah, I've always lived up there since the 80s. My kids were born and raised there and graduated from school there and stuff. And yeah, there was, I've had one guy following me for hours from Home Depot to the HEB, and I lived in a new subdivision called River Crossing, and yeah, just had to call the Comal County and let them know somebody was following me. But it was kind of scary, especially some of the questions he asked me when I was walking to my car, and so those are the things that you really have to be careful, them leaving a rose in your windshield of your car late at night when you're coming out of I was taking fencing one year, and they did that, and it was scary. Sometimes you have to be careful. I had to block even a female recently who was stalking me. So
wow.
Yeah.
We have Miss Irma Aguilar. She says, hello, everyone. Bendiciones. And Miss Juanita Chapa says, Marcus, you need to talk more. Your voice sounds like a radio personality. Awesome, just saying.
No, D's. I'm D's backup. I'm like, what was this? You had Johnny Carson, and then you had his sidekick. I'm the sidekick.
Ed McMahon.
I'm Ed McMahon. That's Johnny Carson.
Hey, I want my check.
Yeah, me too. What was it? The
Clearinghouse, Publisher Clearinghouse.
Oh, my child's giveaway. By the way,
Nice.
I love that. Is that a baby grand piano behind you?
Is that a what?
Yeah, you like that?
Baby grand
It's
piano.
over here. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I hadn't taken any lessons yet, but I plan on taking. My pool boy's over here. I'm gonna fire him because he flirts with Cynthia. He walks around the house without a shirt on. His name is who? What's his name? Manuel. And Manuel, she said.
Nice.
You guys are hilarious.
So when do you guys start filming for Presidente? Have you guys started already?
About 2.5 weeks. We will go into production in about 2.5 weeks.
Nice. You guys are going to be filming at the ranch?
we have several locations that we will be shooting, and we're gonna start or resume with the casting on Monday, and and we'll see how it goes from there.
Nice. We have Mr. Jesse Torres.
Oh, Jesse.
He says, "What's up, everyone?"
Jesse, ask D a question.
Hi, Jesse.
Nice.
Hey, man, we got to give a shout out to Jesse, man. The guy is just nonstop, unstoppable. He's just an iconic in San Antonio and all over the place. He's got the Conjunto Music Awards coming up. I mean, to be serious, the Conjunto Music Awards coming up December the 2nd in Corpus Christi. So, we wrote that other song, Juan, the Corrido 53, for the immigrants that passed away in San Antonio. Have you heard that song, D?
It was on that album.
Yeah. It
Oh my God.
It got
Oh my God! I don't know which was worse, D or Danny.
I don't have any tape.
They both have the letter D. Loco.
D.
Yes.
D, we wrote the song. Oh, that hurt. We wrote the song for the families to honor them that passed away in that trailer in San Antonio. And we actually went to the site, and it was just I couldn't believe it. I mean, it happened in San Antonio. I was like, how did 53 people die on the south side of San Antonio, right there by the Royal Palace?
Yeah.
I'm just like, it was just crazy. And so they're going to use that song in a film at the end of the year. They're going to use that song at the end of the year as a title for the movie, the Corrido 53. So there's just a lot of things that are going on, and the music has just been played everywhere. It's just incredible, man. It's just really something else. I'm really all the politics and all that stuff aside, I'm extremely humbled and honored by everything that's been going on. Because like I said, I'm as rookie as you can get in all this stuff.
And well, thank you both for being on our show. I mean, thank you. This is, first off, it's been enlightening learning more about the two of you, actually, and the projects that you're involved in and your commitment to trying to make things better. I mean, like I said, there's so much divisiveness, and fear is being advertised everywhere. Everything has fear attached to it. The news you hear, the things going on at schools, and thank you for being a positive force, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Well, thank you, D. And just I'm not going to talk much. I know I talk a lot.
Ha!
No.
D, look, it's written 365 times in the Bible, do not fear. It says do not fear 365 times. And that's for every day of the year.
Yep.
So don't fear. God's in control.
Nice. Well, we want to touch on one more thing coming up. We just confirmed it, I guess, yesterday when we were doing our show. Danny Farias is actually going to be hosting our 10th anniversary for Mas Chingon Radio in San Antonio, Texas, and is going to be December 9th at the Blue House Bar and Lounge in San Antonio. So everybody make your way out there. Danny's going to be hosting it, of course, sponsoring the whole thing. And we're going to have Joe Zimmerly's going to be playing that night. And I think we're going to confirm George Mercado's going to be playing. Hopefully we can get D and Marcus to do a little something up there on
Wow, that'd be
that
nice.
night. So that'll be pretty awesome. And everybody come out there and enjoy the time. It's going to be December 9th, Blue House Bar and Lounge in San Antonio, Texas. Mas Chingon Radio's 10th anniversary, and we hope to see everybody there. So thank you, guys.
I just put it on the company calendar, guys, so you can't miss it. we established using a calendar this week. So
well, Brandy's going to help me with that hosting that night. I ain't doing it by myself.
Okay.
So here's where I get in trouble. So this is going to be a free event open to the public, and it's going to be catered by you guys. It's going to be free drinks, free food, and free entertainment, right?
And a lot of disappointment for those last couple things. Like, where's the food? I heard there was cookies here.
So
I was hoping for Danny's Ranch. I thought I'll make the drive. No, let's go to
look,
Danny's Ranch.
if you guys get here early enough, a day or two ahead, we'll go to the ranch. We'll kill a couple of deer or some hogs or something, and we'll have a good time out there, man. No problem.
Oh no, I'm not falling. I'm not falling for that. Roberto Pulido invited me to Edinburgh. He says, "Oh man, we go out drinking all night, then we get up at dawn, and we're gonna shoot some deer." And D, I'll just tell you one thing: run.
Hey,
I needed to go. You know, I have to do it like Roberto Pulido. You know, D, the thing you need to do, run.
no, we're not having those issues. It's in Leon Springs. It's in Leon Springs. The land is clean. It's clear. And, we feed the homeless every year. We do Thanksgiving dinner. So whatever, man, y'all come down, have a good time at the ranch. But the place, the 10th anniversary is going to be a great time, from us, you on radio. And you guys are in control of your music lineup. Y'all just need to let me know what you guys want. And you guys do your thing. That's what y'all do. We just provided the venue. Brandy's the one that actually did it. I went over there and she introduced me to this guy. So it's a nice venue. It's a nice spot. They're going to have valet parking. So you just drive up, valet parking. They're going to have Uber. They're going to have Lyft. So, if you're going to drink and drive, drink responsibly and have a good time and dance and enjoy the party and watch your show because you guys are very, very popular here around the world, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm as Marcus and Juan will tell you, I'm not very good at social media. So if I drop a pin on where your ranch is at and people show up, you're not going to turn them away, are you?
Yeah.
I'm not going to turn anybody away, but it depends on what they're there for. If we're going to the ranch, if you have a group of VIPs, no problem, man. Let's go. But I mean, if we're going to have a party at the ranch, just to let you know, let's put it this way, we don't have any issues. We have one of the largest outdoor arenas out there, massive,
it's huge,
200 by 200. It's the largest. It's George Strait's across the street from us. He has
what's a crowd cap? 200-300 people? How many bathrooms you got?
Hey man, let's put
a lot of trees.
Hey, there are a lot of trees. but I will tell you this: the capacity is 5,000-10,000 people easily. It's 71 acres.
Yeah, you could put a big
wide open. It's a big.
You could put a big, huge stage and lighting and everything in that place.
And you won't even know I'm there.
I'm sorry, guys. I am lax at my job. This is supposed to be a 1-hour show, and at the 1-hour mark, I'm supposed to announce, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the 1-hour mark of our show. We appreciate our guests being on for this long. We are now approaching the 2-hour mark. We're 10 minutes away from 2 hours in an interview, and thank you for being as gracious as you are, because your time is money, but your time is your energy. You need rest and all that, and for you to be here with us is just phenomenal. So, but I just letting you know, I warned you.
You guys are awesome. You guys are great.
Thank you, and thank you guys for all your support with the channel and the station and everything else, and of course our shows. And you guys are just an amazing support. We appreciate you guys.
Well, thank you for having us, and I want to say thank you once again for promoting and our tamale season. And we hope to see everyone that's listening come out. I want to thank Sandy Royce, our fashion designer, who designed Candy's tamale gown that was
nice.
featured. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
muchas
gracias y aplausos para todos que están escuchando.
There you go. We have a Conjunto Adición. Says saludos, Danny Farias, from all of us here at Conjunto Adición here at David Escalante Studios.
All right. Love you, David.
And Saul Valdez says, hi, Brandy.
Hi, Saul.
They make stars out of people out there at the Escalante Studios. That's just how good they are. So, guys, I can't thank you enough. I'm sure this is probably the longest time you guys have done it.
Not even close.
Last
when Tejanos get talking, they refuse to shut up. This is great. But you're not even close.
No, last week we went about almost 2.5 hours. So
yeah.
Wow.
We actually had to force that one closed.
Well, good. I don't feel so bad. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're going to have a VIP room for the Machine Gun people out there, radio, at the venue. They're going to have valet parking. They're going to have all the music lineup. It's a very safe environment, and we want to invite everyone to go. It's going to be a very good time for everyone involved. And D, you guys are welcome to come to the ranch, whatever y'all want to do.
Well, Danny, Brandy, Bert, and Candy, thank you all first of all for opening up and giving us the personal side, because there are things about you that people don't know, and you revealed a lot. And I hope it helps people better understand who you are, what you do, and what you stand for. And thank you for spending your time with us. Thank you.
Thank you, and it was truly a blessing. But one more thing, hey guys out there around the world, I am single.
Oh no, the Three Amigos dating platform. Okay.
Hey, we need to host our own
in your area.
What the heck? And now back to number 2.
Hey,
Please
David.
stand up.
Oh, no, I don't know what to do.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
You never know what might happen on the Three Amigos show.
And this show has just run off the rails, I swear.
That's what y'all did.
Can't blame us for that one.
But Candy, I just want to say to you, if they don't show you appreciation, I know what you do, and I appreciate the effort, the time, and energy that it takes, the logistics, the planning, the scheduling, and having to deal with people. You're the buffer. You're the buffer between the celebrity and the rest of the world. And that's a tough job to take on. So if they don't appreciate you, I'm letting you know that I do. I know what you do, and I appreciate what you do.
Well, actually, you and I did meet, and I actually worked on your music video in San Antonio.
Which one?
Hey, the interview's over.
Oh, okay.
No, go ahead. Tell them.
Gosh. Gosh, it's been so long. I know we had a humongous storm. It had been raining, and the show must go on. So we ended up, you ended up doing the music video that day. Because show business, no matter what.
Oh, okay. I've forgotten the song, but I know the video you're talking about. And
yeah, it's been years, many years.
Ages. It's 30s plus. So, wow.
Yeah. And you, back then, you personally came and thanked me just like you did today. So I appreciate that.
D, you look like you're 30. What do you mean 30 plus?
Dude, I'm older than you. I'm 65, man.
You look good, man.
Wow.
Congratulations.
You look the same.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
He looks the same, minus the hair.
Here we go.
Oh,
Here we go.
There we go. All right, wait, hold on.
Nice.
I keep it on hand.
Oh, is that D. Burleson?
This is over.
That's who that. Now I recognize him.
There you go.
I keep
That's
an
the
extra
guy,
one on
man.
hand for just such an emergency.
Oh my God.
It's like an ID.
I didn't realize how shiny my head was until I put the wig on and it blocks out my background. My head reflects light.
What are you guys drinking in that water over there?
Okay, we seriously have to go. We have to go.
Oh, well, you be sure and bring me one of those bottles.
Oh, we actually talked to Malasol Tequila, so hopefully they'll do something with you guys on the Presidente.
Oh, that'll be great. Can they put my name on one of them?
Yeah.
I'll send you their contact information. That way you guys can call them and talk to them. So, they're awesome, and they're right there on the north side of San Antonio, so not too far away from you guys.
You can keep a bottle.
Don't mention my name though. It won't get to me.
You can keep a bottle in the Oval office, man.
Well, we're actually going to have a bottle on the desk, the presidential desk.
Danny's gonna be like,
And
my
the
fellow Americans.
No. In the scene, when we're talking about China and North Korea, it's like we get behind closed doors. I'm like, man, I need a shot, bro. This is crazy.
And with that,
Yes, sir.
She's doing it.
Go ahead,
Yes,
Dee.
I am.
Go ahead,
And
Dee.
with that, we've got to go.
Thank you. I was just going to ask Danny how Latino he's going to be. Can you say West Wing? West Wing?
We
The Oval Office is in the West Wing.
I am not a Chinese Mexican man. I would not say West Wing. I would say West Wing. Ladies and gentlemen.
It'll be West
Welcome.
Wing.
The West Wing.
No.
Thank you all for being on
Thank
the
you so
show.
much for being
We
with us
had a
here.
grand time.
Love
Thank you,
you guys.
Candy. Nice cue.
There you go. There you go.
Peace
Thank you,
out.
Danny, Brandy, Bert, and of course Candy. Make sure everybody goes out there and checks out Tamale season. Hits
Yes.
theaters September 23rd. What's the location where they're gonna have it?
City-based cinema, right?
City-based
Off the-
cinema.
Yeah, City-based cinema on Military Drive and New Braunfels.
There you
City
go. Go in
based.
there.
And the after party is also at the Blue House where you're having your anniversary.
Awesome. We're gonna go out there and get a preview of
Tickets
everything that's gonna be happening.
tickets at the location or online.
The what?
The tickets for the movie.
Ticket sales.
Oh yeah, ticket sales. You can go to Fandango, or you can go to the City-based cinema website. They
Awesome.
have the tickets there.
The
Yeah,
city-based website cinema for
for tamale
Tamale
season.
season.
There you go. Well, thank you so much. And of course, Tamale season later on in time is going to be played here on Tejano TV, along with the Presidente.
Absolutely.
We got a bunch of other shows coming up that are going to be played. We just got the okay from TTMA last night that later on in time, after they're showing on TV, that we're going to be streaming the Tejano Music Awards here on Tejano TV as well.
Oh
So,
wow! Yeah,
gonna be
my
awesome.
good
A lot of
friend
big things coming up for
Bradiano
us.
and Frank Salazar.
yes. So awesome. Thank you, Danny, Brandy, Candy, Bert, for being a part of the show. Anything you guys need from us later on, be sure to contact us. And thank you so much for your sponsorship. Danny, we really do appreciate it on behalf of all
Look
of
at
us
D. He
and
gotta
Tejano
say
TV.
something.
Come
He
on,
wants
Dee.
to say something.
No. Just that they needed to stick around for a drop for Tejano TV. But
Let's do it. We're sticking around.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am El Guy, Juan Mendoza.
I'm American D.
Marcus Daniels, the Midnight Cowboy.
Ooh,
And these are muchachos.
Clueless.
Tejano TV. Más amigos, más chingon radio. Come on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. We'll see you next week. Hold on. Let me get this real quick.
This week on the Three Amigos Show.
She's the daughter of famed composer songwriter Joe Mejia, who is stepping out into the limelight on her own with what is already a hot top 10 single, Basta Ya. Off her brand new album, Con Cariño, we're talking about Lorena Mejia. And she's going to be sitting down with the boys to discuss her musical influences, her new celebrity, and her plans for the future. That's Lorena Mejia.
Right here on the Three Amigos Show.
Next time on The Three Amigos Show. She's the daughter of famed composer-songwriter Joe Mejia, who is stepping out into the limelight on her own with what is already a hot top 10 single, Basta Ya. Off her brand new album, Con Cariño, we're talking about Lorena Mejia. And she's going to be with the boys to discuss her musical influences, her new celebrity, and her plans for the future. That's Lorena Mejia next time here on The Three Amigos Show. Brought to you by Mas Chingon Radio, LalaLisaPromotions.com, musician Danny Farias, Marasul Tequila, taste the new face of tequila, Archie's Homestyle Burgers in Catula, Texas, Janie's Record Shop in San Antonio, Texas, and Tejano TV. You can view The Three Amigos Show on all your favorite streaming platforms and on all your Roku devices. The Three Amigos Show.